movie. Currently, I'm on 69 hit points, which is pretty funny.
I've got more than you would
the
have.
first recorded thing in this. That's probably good. Yeah, that one is yours. So you guys need a moment to level
question
up.
of the
Yeah,
day.
that's my bad.
Question
No,
of the
I
day.
am
You know,
leveled up. I just
Valentine's
need
Day
to
did pass, and to celebrate, I did go see Captain
Average hit points
America.
are always
So maybe
I heard
what's
bad
your
things.
favorite Valentine's Day movie?
Had you watched Captain America?
It's my wife likes Marvel.
I've heard nothing but bad things about the movie.
I liked it, but it was closer to the quality of like the original Hulks. It was like so those to me were like C pluses. This was like a B plus, A minus for Marvel. Yolanda said it was more like a filler. Felt like a filler movie, but we are very excited about the Thunderbolts. But I
can't wait
still
for
like
that.
how they play
Yeah.
Sam's, how they play his character.
I was talking to Jackie
it's
about
that
this. I'm
compassion
annoyed
and stuff.
about the Thunderbolts because Thunderbolt Ross
Isn't
isn't
in
in the
it.
movie. The
We don't-
character
we
the
don't know, yeah.
Thunderbolts are named after.
We don't know yet.
Let me
Maybe that's what
mix
the
this.
asterisk is about.
Maybe that's why they
I
need.
thought the asterisk was they
Because
Let this finish.
because they want to change the name.
because Thunderbolt Ross isn't there, so there's no reason for
Do you
them
ever
to
spell
call
The Thunderbolts.
No.
Maybe they'll write it in a creative way. But I do like. I think there was
Great reading.
without spoiling anything, one of the things I did appreciate with the movie was in the Falcon Winter Soldier series, it was like Sam had made the point about like he wouldn't take the serum, and I feel like that's a meaningful part of his journey to be willing to turn down power. But they kind of addressed a little bit why that might be a problem for him to not have taken the serum. So but he also got to enact his skills of leadership and compassion from his days. Yolanda was like, wait, when was he like a counselor or something at some point? It's like, we first meet him when he's running the small group for veterans returning from actions. Yeah.
I
much
really like
spells do I
Sam
get?
Wilson's
Yeah.
one of my favorite Marvel characters.
I actually really like how they did him in the MCU.
Yeah.
I don't like his suit in the new movie. I thought his suit from Falcon and Winter
the end.
Soldier was perfect. That's like exactly what I want from a Sam Wilson cap. And then they just got rid of it and gave him generic looking bad suit.
Hey,
I
Greg,
didn't like it.
Valid.
do you care about materials for spells?
Some spells. What's the materials?
Like tiny relicly worth at least 1,000 gold pieces.
That one seems kind of important.
Containing a sacred relic.
I mean, that's kind of like
scrap
a.
of cloth from a saint's robe.
That could be a whole
scrap of
story
cloth
arc
from a
to
saint?
acquire.
Or
What's the
a
spell?
piece of parched holy aura.
What level?
Level 8.
I actually
is it
don't know that one. Will you read it for
Divine
me?
light washes out from you and
What's the name?
Holy aura.
Oh, that's
Divine
a good
light
one.
washes out from you.
and coalesces in a soft radiance in a 30-foot radius around you. Creatures of your choice in that radius, when you cast a spell, shed dim light in a 5-foot radius and have advantage on saving throws, and other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against them until the spell ends, which is 1 minute. In addition, when a fiend or undead hits an affected creature with a melee attack, the aura flashes with brilliant light. The attacker must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or be blinded until the spell ends.
Whoa. Okay. All right. I can see why that. I was
Yeah,
waiting
no,
for it,
I
where
didn't
the
read
8th
it.
level came in and
Yeah, I
blinded
didn't
by
read
the
it.
light.
Blinded by the light.
Thank you.
Crap too, and you can't
For those of you watching, they are leveling up to 15, except for Max, who got a bonus level from the Warhammer 40k. Some of the highlights to keep in mind are that it is President's Day, which is officially a holiday, and yet we still have 3 tables running at the D&D club, one in each room. So something like 15 or 20 people are here tonight, because that's
I
fun.
messed up. Sorry.
I don't know what else.
Force gauge.
force gauge.
Wait, which force gauge
does
stop you from
animal-
teleporting? Or is it pinch shift?
Force
I'm
gauge.
way over here. I'm waving to them.
Is that because you're still eating?
No.
That
We're going to check the sound that
anybody
it's
inside
coming
of it.
through.
And
Yeah,
they can't
I think.
teleport out of it, they can't
force
move out of
gauge.
it, and they can't use dispel magic to
I
get
don't
rid
think
of
we
it.
Yeah, we're
want
good.
that.
Force gauge. Alright.
Gonna lock someone in.
Yep, sure can. That'll be my 7th level. Mystic Archon.
Brayden, you said
Yeah.
you're gonna help me.
You got 20 spells.
I get 20 spells total?
Yep.
Ooh,
How much
fancy.
8th level spells can I cast?
1.
1.
It's always 1.
For those of you tuning in, you may have also enjoyed my videos that I put out for students this week. That was fun.
Oh, we didn't favorite. What was the question?
So,
Valentine's
what is
Day
your
activity?
favorite Valentine's Day celebration or movie?
I don't think I've ever watched a movie.
Or
Well, you know, like
celebration.
date movie is really not.
just
I don't go on
I'm not gonna
dates,
say that.
so-
Okay, yeah, never mind. But yeah, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
movie.
Day.
I've watched on dates before.
Is that the one with like
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
Yep.
Movie I've ever watched on a date was the.
I watched the Power Rangers, the modern reboot Power Rangers on a date one time.
I love that.
I never watched Power Rangers as a kid, so I thought, okay, this is pretty good.
I don't remember.
Apparently,
which
it's really
Star Trek
bad.
movie it was.
All
It was
Power,
one
Power
of the-
Rangers fans hate it.
It was one of the new Star Trek movies, and I hated
It's like
it.
I'm not a Power
And he
Ranger
really
fan per
liked
se. Like
it.
I
Mm.
And
Why do I have 40
I don't
cards?
want to say that's the
Because
reason
you
that
kept
we
taking
never went
spells
on another
more
date,
than you could
but
have
it was a
prepared.
contributing factor.
Wait, what?
You are clearly the wrong kind of Trekkie for me.
yeah.
If
it
we can't
was-
agree on
Trips don't
core
count, right?
fundamental values like that,
Then I might.
Listen, I could get into why I didn't like it, but like, I didn't like it. He liked
But you should
it,
only
and
have
then I
5
was like,
cantrips.
I don't get why you like this.
was
And
it
then-
one of the what's his faces? Or
Chris
It was
Pine.
the Carmen?
Yeah, it was one of the Chris. It was the Chris Pine one.
That's what it
I
was.
didn't like them. I felt like they missed the mark on what like Star Trek was about.
Mm.
See,
So
I
it like
more.
fundamentally didn't feel like
Wait,
Star Trek to me.
There's more.
And like he liked it, like he liked other Star Trek, and he was like, "No, this is great. It's just like Star Trek." And I was like, "How can you say that?"
See, not
You're
being
wrong,
a Trekkie,
sir.
I enjoyed the new ones.
I do have
But
5.
then I went back and watched the old ones, and I enjoyed those as well. But again, I'm not like a super fan, so it's just like to me, it's all Star Trek. That's how my mom feels about Star Wars and the sequels. It's all Star Wars. It's just like
Yeah.
no.
So that's kind of how it. Like, as I said, I don't want to say it's the reason we never went on another date, but it was a contributing factor.
If
Okay.
you're watching, now you know.
Yeah.
What's a movie?
So
That's
if
likely
you
to
don't
happen.
like the exact same Star Trek as me, we're incompatible.
What's a movie
Sorry.
that we watched?
Yeah.
As
What
like
is
a
your
date
favorite
date?
Star Trek? Well, maybe you shouldn't say it publicly because then
Oh,
they
I know.
work for it. Yeah.
The Next Generation.
Have
I
you
They should know.
I watched a lot of.
I watch these streamers and they talk about Star Trek sometimes. They're talking about the Next Generation movies.
Mm.
And apparently Captain Picard's just basically like a different character in them. He was telling me that in one of the movies they just go on like this huge race scene, and
Yeah.
apparently I found out that who plays Captain Picard? Patrick Stewart was just like, I just wanted to drive a space car. That's why I made them put this in the movie.
It's
So
I
could
mean,
drive
it's
the
why
car.
Mace Windu has a purple lightsaber.
Some
Yeah.
people hate them, like the Next Generation movies. I have mixed feelings about them.
Yeah.
So, like, I like them in some regard. I don't like how they kind
20
of
spells,
retcon them
not
in the
including
Picard
cantrips?
show.
Okay.
But cantrips should only have 5.
I only have 5
I don't know.
cantrips.
I have mixed feelings about them.
Yeah.
I like them in some respects. I don't like them in other respects. I have no strong opinions on them. I think in the long run,
Yeah.
the show is
Help me.
perfect. The first season is skippable, but the rest of it is fantastic.
Mm.
I don't think I should get
I ready
fully
to start
aura right
is
now,
6:18.
Mm-hmm.
but I want it in my.
I think that they technically started. We were
I
leveling
think I should
up.
do control
Yeah, I was
letters.
gonna say, it
was
didn't
part
take me
of
that long to
That
level
was,
up.
that was a
Oh, wait,
portion
wait,
of
wait.
the reasoning here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Favorite movie? I have a favorite movie.
Okay.
I don't think it's favorite movie. I think it's
Can we
favorite.
just-
Favorite Valentine's Day or day night movie. But still, I cut it.
I
down.
guess I didn't answer that question.
Yeah, I didn't. I just said a movie I saw.
Yeah,
on
it's
the
the
date.
only
Oh.
movie I think I've ever seen on a date.
I like
I've only
watching,
been on one
um,
date and it wasn't a movie,
with your
so
partner. 10 thing How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh yeah.
It's really funny because then you can be like, you think I'm crazy? This is crazy, and it's really funny. And then you can
It's-
like,
you
I'll
have to set the
show
bar low.
you.
and then you quote it later on and annoy the crap out of him.
That feels
I love you.
Me too.
maybe not opera.
It is targeted because there's a love fern that she does
you let our love
and die
I've
because
watched
you
that
didn't
a
water
couple
it.
times.
And we went to Build-A-Bear and I named our Build-A-Bear Fern, and I was like, if you let this Build-A-Bear die, I will break up with you.
Oh, damn. So I guess it hasn't died yet.
No.
My wife
No.
likes to watch some of the oldies, like Sandra Bullock ones, like Sleepless in Seattle is a fall movie for her. So we do date nights with that from time with
I don't
like
think I
each
need
fall
that.
sometimes.
Do I need
She likes 10 Things I Hate About You. We haven't watched that one in a while.
Oh, 10 Things I Hate About You is my
Love
friend's
that
favorite
one.
movie.
She's All That.
I don't need that.
I think she got me to watch He's
Oh.
All That as well.
Yes. I did not like
Alright.
He's All That.
I just don't like rom.
I-
I assume
I'm
these
a
are like
sucker for
rom-coms,
rom-coms,
you're kinda-
frankly.
I don't
Yeah,
like
I
them.
love
really
rom-coms.
like that genre, which is
Oh, have
I
you
understand
seen?
it.
Have you seen like Not Another? What's that one movie that we watched with?
Not another teen movie.
Not Another.
Oh, I
Teen
love
Movie?
Not Another Teen Movie.
I
Um,
can't remember.
It's who plays Captain America?
Oh,
Steve Rogers. No.
yeah.
That's what I literally was gonna say. It has Steve
Chris
Rogers.
Evans.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Evans.
It's Chris Evans in it, and it quotes like a whole bunch of like movies around the She's All That era,
Mm.
and but they like play it ironically and as a
Yeah.
comedy. You know how in like 10
It's like
Things
a-
I Hate About You, he sings to her in the bleachers.
Oh,
Chris Evans sings Janie's Got a Gun, and then the police come after her because
Mm.
you know.
Yeah, because they're just like, oh, you should sing her a song, one that has her name in it. Her name is Janie.
Hmm.
And so he just goes up. He's just like, Janie's got a gun, and everyone's just like, oh my God, Janie has a gun.
How romantic.
Okay, I don't think
That's
I need
actually
those. Like,
Yeah, no,
All right.
it's a
I
good
like
movie.
Death Ward.
So, how do we do with leveling up?
Death Ward is stackable. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Oh.
You can cast multiple Death Wards on one person and just keep them alive at 1 HP
I
for a
like
long
Ice
time.
Storm. I don't need Control Water. Sorry, I gotta pick out spells
Cool.
because apparently.
Well,
I have my
Apparently
spells
I'm
already
having
picked
40
out.
spells when I'm only supposed to have 20.
mm,
And
mm.
luckily I don't cast
We
spells
wouldn't
that
want
much.
this party to be overpowered or anything.
No. I only have 4 now. Okay. This will be a continuous thing. You can start.
So Garen, why don't you tell us? So we ended last time after you all got introduced to your new ship. You described your room, and you spent a good amount of time actually trying to come up with what to ask the Raven Queen. To which she challenged you because your vision was not big enough potentially, and only to return to your ship and have it seeing it visibly transforming nanobot ethereal more like arcane nanobot style as she transmuted all the matter in the ship and then some into new cool things, some of which were described before. But also some of you changed yourself, and whether that's through leveling up or as you all come back up on deck, because I think that's where we stopped last time. As you all came back to the top deck, there you were trying to figure out like, okay, is this a mech thing? And you realized that there were these 5 kind of lit up circles or color circles, and I can't remember which ones you all identified as yours. But as you walk toward the circles, which I think is where you had stopped last time, when Garen gets to his, as he steps into the circle, what transformation occurs? What was Donovan before, and what is he now? It's kind of one of those slow transformations.
Like a Sailor Moon.
It's more like. Not quite. It's more like the ground around him turns crystalline and it starts to form a shell around him and covers him for a long period of time where you hear there's changing going on inside. And it finally breaks and disappears into nothingness. You see an emerald dragonborn in humble robes meditating in the center.
So what did he look like before?
Yeah. Very strong, very human, heavy armor, lots of weapons, and all of that is gone. There's the coppery color scheme has been replaced with simple green, and he seems a lot thinner and weaker, as if not as physically powerful as he used to be, but mentally far more powerful.
So Donovan seems to have chrysalised somehow as he went to step in, as a final kind of step in the Raven Queen's transformation of him. And so Garen, mechanically, what does that mean for you now?
I'm now a Dragonborn sorcerer who's using the Gith Zerai stats for race-based stuff.
Instead of the human, what were you before? The
Variant
psionic?
human.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
26.
Garen wanted to reevaluate.
Donovan,
Yes.
still you?
Fringeling?
No, but I have undergone some soul searching and have, I suppose, the Raven Queen and my patron have mutually agreed that I'm to take a new form to better suit my new outlook.
Giblet's gonna,
Yourself with soul searching.
Giblet's gonna be like, "You're green.
I am
I'm
green.
green. You're green. This is amazing."
This is quite wonderful.
Let's
But
be green together.
Well, you know.
soul searching has to have honest intent, and that is something I have not seen from you in quite some time.
Excuse me.
Whoa.
Honestly, it's turned into something. I don't know if I trusted this new Donovan. How are we sure this is even Donovan?
Listen, it's always good when someone is able to be who they are.
Do I need-
think this is great.
No, it's definitely Donovan.
I'm
I like this
glad
Donovan.
you were able to,
Keep or no?
be the person that you wanted to be then.
I have realized many things in my time meditating. I don't know how long it was for you, but it felt like many days for me.
I was
It
like-
felt like maybe 5 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Very well.
That
Time is relative, and
Sure, yes.
Yeah, wasn't that like that Einstead guy that said that?
Sure, yeah, I think I read that book. Maybe.
Yeah, some wizard.
Time is
It
relative.
was probably in...
Time is my father, dude.
yes, I have realized that matters of the mind truly win in mind over matter disputes, and that while my obsession with brute force was something, I have learned that mind will always triumph.
Especially when he couldn't improve. I mean, yeah.
I didn't hear
Obviously,
that,
I agree. So
Sorry,
I have
that's
to-
that's a meta commentary.
Sorry. I'm very curious what it was, but I don't want to spend more time.
Oh,
on it.
I said especially when he couldn't win by brute force. Yeah. So, but as Donovan does, he goes through this transformation. Like he kind of crystallizes in this crystallization form, and it dissipates, and then he finishes his step into the ring, and it kind of gets brighter as he kind of steps in, and you hear almost like a sound as he does that. And I think the rest of you are also on your way to your respective colored circles.
Yes, yes.
I don't.
I
I
have
think I
20
was
spells.
red.
These are my spells.
I think mine was green.
Mine was purple.
What was Giblet's color?
Giblet shifted.
Green.
Wanted
Oh, which
green,
one?
but went with
Oh, did you like
because Donovan grabbed green, I think before, or did you went with was it like a pink or a blue or something? I can't
or
remember.
something like lightning
It was
colored?
pink.
It was yellow.
That's right, yes.
Yes.
Because lightning.
Lightning.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Chiga.
It
Cool.
just sounded like
Yellow
you
Power Ranger
said
was always my favorite
Chiga
anyway.
from the Cars.
Yes, of course.
Oh
Lightning.
wait, I need you to pull up.
So with that,
What
so
you
you all were going. Each of you
What
step
number
into your
spells I have?
respective circles. When the fourth person gets into their circle, you see a larger shape take form that connects the four, and then when the fifth person steps in, they get included as well. So it goes. So it's an irregular trapezoidal type shape until that seems to activate at four, and then when the fifth person steps in, a pentagon shape shows up too, or in this instance instead. So, what do you do now?
How do we turn this thing on? Turn on. Does that work?
Raven Queen powers activate.
No, turn on. The Duke
Abracadabra.
saying turn on by itself doesn't work.
I do the like Power Rangers like
Yeah,
right.
did, like the
That was-
by
that's-
Ben.
I guess Ben 10.
Yeah.
Do you all do the same thing? Because I'm just picturing all five of you kind of trying your own way of like activating it individually.
Oh yeah.
Can I make an Arcana check to determine what the on switch
Power
is?
You could.
Rangers.
Super Samurai.
24.
That's right, they do the.
They have to like draw the symbol in the air.
With
yeah.
24,
They didn't do as much posing in that.
because of the so you see how the energies are kind of connect, how there was a change in the energy and activation that happened when there were at least four people, and you put that together with what the Raven Queen said, and you think there may need to be some sort of synchronized startup.
I think this needs some sort of synchronized startup.
That was so well worded.
So,
I learned from the best.
like,
Goldman's got strike a pose.
Very well. I mimic the same pose.
What pose? What pose?
Like,
We gotta
Does everyone follow the? Okay. As you all do this together, is that are you could I will leave it open that you could possibly change it each time as long as it's all together.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't have given that away though because it's more fun. But
I
yeah.
mean, I think we'd probably just end up doing the same pose because we're like, oh, we're last time, same pose.
Well,
Yeah.
well, eventually we're gonna have
Maybe
to.
that's why I felt the need.
Eventually, we're gonna have to like do this thing where it's just like there's somebody we really hate, and one of us just flips them off, and the rest of us just start
See,
to flip
I
them
was-
off, and then we start to transform.
I was doing that,
We
but we all like are
transform
pissed off
into
at
the
each
giant
other.
robot flipping off.
Yeah. I was like, one day we're all gonna be pissed off at each other, and we're just gonna flip each other off.
Then we're gonna
And then
transform.
you said that, and then I was like, oh, okay.
So as you do that, you see that the shape, which had kind of just finished fully transforming, now you all these cylinders of light kind of encapsulate you in your individual colors. What did you all imagine it being when you asked for the ship to turn into a mech?
Thought it was like a big dragon, with
dragon, right?
raven wings or
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
I was more picturing more like Voltron, but with raven wings, but still like metallic somewhat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like
I think I was
Voltron.
imagining like a shirt of like that.
I was thinking like Voltron with like a dragon head and raven wings.
I was imagining like a robot.
Like
guy.
Voltron,
So this is Voltron,
but instead of, like
and
the cat
but
head.
instead of these, well, instead of the cat heads, they're like ravens, and
Okay.
then like this would be like dragon wings, or like,
Okay. I guess I got the raven dragon bits mixed up. Okay.
unless do you want to change it?
I think I just imagined the whole thing looking like a dragon. for some
The whole
reason.
thing looking like a
Yeah.
dragon.
So-
Let's just do that. Let's
So-
do a big
Well,
dragon.
how are we supposed to
Here, pause
like,
for a second.
hold like a weapon and punch?
That's fair.
Garrett.
Dragons not do that?
No.
Garen, what did you
Why not?
what did
I
you
don't
imagine
think
when
dragons
you
punch.
thought of the dragon?
Why not?
We don't
I
have
honestly
the-
don't know. I
Or
guess.
Or when you thought of the mech situation?
Yeah, but I
Um,
imagine we're gonna pull out like a giant sword or something.
Can a
Voltron with
dragon
the
not
raven
wield a
wings.
sword?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I guess with their mouth.
All right, so let's
That's
do
why
this.
I'm here, I'm
Everybody roll a.
Only an ancient dragon can't wield a sword.
This is
except
going to
once.
be wisdom. Everybody
Yeah.
roll a wisdom saving throw. You guys know how I do when you have
Are
shared
we- are we
shared
within-
agency.
Did
For
we
the
get to
aura?
do the aura?
No auras on this one.
That's okay.
Because did I say yeah?
Oh,
That's fine.
ooh,
It's just
that's
a
not very
straight
good.
whatever you're
15.
normal thinking.
16.
12.
29.
Okay.
So whatever Giblet imagines.
What was yours?
12.
What was you choose together?
15.
16. So the 12s cancel. We get left with a 29 versus a 31 combined, and so it ends up in this moment slowly transforming. You note there is kind of a pocket anywhere there was crew.
Yeah.
The crew kind of get pulled together into a core, or protected somehow in this transformational
okay.
process. Where whatever they're doing, it's like they're moving. It's like a natural part of their movement, almost like when Iron Man kind of steps onto the Stark Tower and it starts
The suit
taking,
takes
and the
off.
suit
Yeah.
gets taken off the smooth way, not the crunchy way when it's all broken. But so they kind of move around about their normal business, almost like they don't even realize you're transforming, which you would just kind of see as it's happening around you, walls and things moving as they are. But for this, in this moment, the form is going to be the Voltron with half dragon with black feathered dragon wings.
Okay.
So green skin, black feathers.
Blue flowers, red thorns.
Or
Blue flowers, red
if I'm
thorns.
understanding your for this time.
Okay.
Who's to say what transformational
Who's to say?
capabilities?
I'm in charge of
Are
choosing what we
embedded
look
here.
like today.
So
One big skeleton.
Yeah.
So now you all are.
Mom says it's my turn.
The giant skeleton.
Mom says it's my turn on Voltron.
Yeah.
There is something to the shared vision, as far as it goes. So with that, so you all now have an arcane visibility, or you like feel like you're in almost. It almost feels like you're in a pocket dimension, but looking around and seeing your surroundings through. But you do all feel like you can sense encasement a little bit, and this connection to you and your will. Okay, so you're and so we had, was it going to be 2 right arms? Is that what we said?
No, I think we did decide on a right and left.
Yeah.
Were they facing different directions?
No,
No.
No, I
no.
think they're
Humanoid.
And
Yeah.
and in this instance, I think because it's the Voltron style, you have arms and wings,
Yes.
right? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think I was the head
Arms.
/ torso, I
Legs.
guess.
Which leg were you?
I was the right and you were left, right? Or
And
were you were the
then
right?
What about you guys now?
Because
now that you're
I put it
magic
as
guy.
I was the green.
Maybe
and,
he should
like,
be the
actual
core,
Voltron.
and you should be an arm.
No, I want to be
trying
the
to
head.
think.
You want?
What
Oh,
I
you're the
am.
head.
I'm the
He's
Okay,
the talkative one.
I'm the talkative one. I'm the
that's
head.
true. That's true.
Not the least
I
charismatic.
get it. You're the head.
On average, I think I am.
Yeah, but my potential is
Yeah.
far exceeds yours.
How often do you get to your potential?
Oh, oh.
Damn.
You smash it.
Throw it.
Okay.
Which leg was that?
I think you were the left
Was that the
one.
left
let
leg?
me-
Because I
Sounds
imagine.
right.
Yeah.
Because I
Okay.
feel like
Roll the tapes.
So which one would it be today?
I feel like why did I wanted a leg for a reason, but I don't remember what it was.
To trip over ourselves because you're blind.
No, because I know we're the ones who support we
Yeah.
keep the party afloat.
Yeah.
It's we do all the heavy lifting. in the
Okay,
party.
yeah.
I think you were right.
This will be left. This will be right.
What are you rolling for?
No. Pick a hand.
What?
D20
Oh,
is the right hand.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I get it. That one.
You have a right leg.
I'm the right leg today. Okay. I mean, we can always swap legs.
Yes, we can swap legs.
Yeah.
Okay. In my notes, I'm just putting you two are the legs instead of the specific.
So
We can
you
swap legs as needed.
Yes.
you sense that there is this
Freedom.
ongoing.
But we do have to do this. We are leg.
I'm kind of borrowing a little bit from the way, if it helps people, if you know it, the way Brandon Sanderson talks about the sill blade being able to shift to the weapon that's needed a little bit, and so it's based on the will of Kaladin. If you know the story
What is it?
from Way of Kings.
I've wanted to read it. I've got a friend pressuring me
Fine,
to
never
read
mind.
it.
I was gonna say I like
It's for the
just
internet.
got to that part last time that I stopped reading it.
You guys
Well, cool.
So I
have,
actually
like, right
do know
arm
that
versus left arm.
for the first time.
All right.
For the
Do you-
first
do you
time
care
made
about
a
being the
Sanderson
right arm
reference,
anymore?
I actually know it.
I don't care what I am as long as
So,
Fine.
okay.
and Donovan agrees with this.
Yeah, I'll be right and he will be left.
Okay.
So, with that, you all are in Voltron form. You're in this roughly like 80-foot tall wingspan is something like 120-ish, maybe 150-ish feet. It's hard to say where the arcane energies and feathering seems to stop, because some of those feathers are more purple outlined arcane energy rather than actual feather.
Is that the height or the width?
So that was the wingspan. It was approximately somewhere between 120 150. Height was about, as you kind of form up and stand up straight, you imagine it's probably somewhere between 70 80 feet
Okay.
high. Oh, how wide is the body?
Well, no. I guess, yeah. How wide is the body?
25 30-ish feet. With a solid core where it's, well, yeah, like I said, it's your crew seem to be,
Proportions. That seemed kind of small to me, but I don't know anything.
so 25 feet wide
Mhm.
is 5 inches in game.
Okay.
Right? And then 80 feet is 16 inches in game.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
And 150 is 30 inches in game.
No.
That doesn't. Is that right? Is that what I said?
Yeah.
But I said it was like 120 to 150 watt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like some of it's like feathered arcane
Uh-huh.
energies.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So. And we did say there was there was potentially a possibility for enlarge reduce equivalencies. So, but yeah. So, what do you want to do now that you're all together and like meched up and stuff?
Punch
Fly.
something.
Okay.
Oh.
You
we can do that
stand
too.
kind of almost eye level with the top of tower, or a little just below the top of Tower Terrarium. You see kind of I think there was a rock outcropping that was maybe 30, 40, or 40 to 60 foot tall that he kind of phased in or transported his tower behind as a bit of cover to the village that's across the large body
Yeah.
of water.
Um,
So you look
Can-
around the shadow fringe here.
well, can I try yelling out to what's the wizard guy's name?
Does the Duke remember this?
The Duke. The Duke doesn't care about his name. The
Okay.
Duke
Can I make a
just
history check?
try yelling. Does it? I assume like the voice like booms out or something.
Try yelling, see what happens. Make a
Uh,
performance check, and what do you yell?
Well, actually, I was thinking persuasion because he was gonna yell, "Wizard, bring me a beast to punch," because he has all the beasties in his thing.
Okay, give me a performance check and then a persuasion check.
Nat 20 on the performance, +4,
All right.
and then persuasion, 28.
I don't trust
I
this.
don't know the name of a
Billman
wizard.
doesn't care about his name. Wizard, bring me a beast to punch.
All right. It. Let me see. What would that be?
Hellbug.
I don't want to smash a bow.
Almost like the red dragon firework in the Lord of the Rings, or in with that Gandalf brings.
Mhm.
You see arcane energies coalesce into what appear to be a gargantuan serpentine dragon that seems to have iridescent scales crackling with lightning.
Like it appears in front of us.
Yes.
Or
Like
punch him.
so actually what it is it comes out the top of Tower Terrarium like a spell being cast, and so this thing it's gargantuan, and so that puts it at a fairly good size if I'm remembering
Like
correctly.
the same-ish size as us. Or-
It's not even
I'm
smaller
looking.
than
I'm
us.
trying to remember actually what gargantuan is in game.
Yeah, I think
20.
Gargantuan is 20. I guess.
This one's serpentine. Give me a second. I might 20 by 20 or larger.
So it could be as big as us, I
A
guess.
16 square or 12 pixels. Okay, so this is gonna be basically, so it's gonna be about 15 foot wide, 60 foot long, and it kind of serpentines out of the top of Tower Terrarium and starts, and so you can watch it kind of as it generates. It's almost like watching a firework, like the little snake worm fire, the black
Yeah.
fireworks that kind of curl out, but then it turns into this iridescent, what is
Serpentine.
what is known as a bakunawa or bakanawa. I will show you a picture if anyone wants to make it. I'd rather you make a history check first, I guess.
I'm great.
Oral
at
history.
Or nature.
23 history.
I got a nat 20 on history.
Cool.
22 history.
All right.
16.
So Bakunawa, you see this
Oh,
style
okay.
creature. Yeah. So with those, you would know, those of you who rolled fairly high, which most of you did, it appears as you would know that they're usually worshipped as draconic avatars of storm and tide. They soar over archipelagos that they call home. And they have a fearsome
pronounced
serpentine body
archipelago?
with sharp movements, mighty wings that echo with thunderous winds. So as this thing gets created, lightning starts flashing around it, and you can sense even in the dullness, kind of the sepia of the shadow fringe, you can sense this arcane wind happening as this wizard guy at Tower Terrarium summons this creature.
Arms, punch it.
I do not believe in wanton violence, my friend.
Other arm, punch it.
Yes, I will punch it.
Okay.
Ooh, wait a second. No, I don't want to punch it. I want to see if we can somehow manifest a sword and I can swing a sword at
Maybe
it.
start small. Maybe start with the punch.
Nope, I want a sword.
Okay.
When you try
Do
and
we have,
manifest
like,
a sword, what are you
comms?
imagining?
Yeah, I was just like, maybe try
How are we
punching.
like communicating?
Sorry, I've got like
I think
gypsy.
we're kind of telepathic.
I've got.
Okay.
I've
Or
got.
maybe we're all sitting next to each other.
I've got Gypsy
Like
Danger
Pacific
from
Rim?
Pacific
yeah,
Rim
like
up.
yeah, like Pacific
Yeah.
Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Like Pacific Rim.
Yeah, yeah, the,
I kind of like
Um,
the idea of you guys having it's almost like solitary prison cells, you know,
Yeah.
but like that are more oval shaped because you're kind of floating in them a little bit. And there's like just little talk holes.
You're like cup on a string.
Like cup on a string.
but or it feels that way, like cup on a string, because you don't feel like you're physically that close.
Mhm.
You think you possibly in the, but it's really kind of hard to tell for the time being.
So I'm imagining like Pacific Rim, Gypsy Danger. Have you seen Pacific Rim?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Like 8 years.
So a sword kind of manifests out of the
arms moving
arm,
around,
and
or
it
the
like it
blade.
comes out almost like this, and it's off of the fist, and that's kind of how I'm imagining the sword coming out. And it at first comes out almost like a chain, and then like straightens up and ridges like a sword.
And what do you feel like that's most equivalent to your character's materials?
sword.
Just your standard long
Sword.
Yeah, like more like a standard longsword. I use a great sword, but I'd picture more like a longsword.
Okay. Well, since this is in mech form, we can use the greatsword
Okay.
stats. So if you're gonna try and it takes the bonus action to summon the sword. And so make note of that it takes a bonus action to summon the sword.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. With actions with this thing,
hmm
do we each get to take an action, or does the mech itself get an action?
So I think we're going to play it that if your character's controlling a certain part of the body, it's an extension of your normal abilities,
Okay.
and it might transform a little bit. Like you can say that it flavors a little bit depending on what you're actually trying to do. So
Like I said, I could shoot like my other blasts like laser eyes.
you could absolutely do that, and you
But does
you
that-
guys don't know what the repercussions of that might be either. So if you cast a spell, who's to say it won't be diminished or magnified depending on how the mech interacts with whatever that is.
But for like action wise,
There we go.
So standard economy, with with movement being
I'll show you in a second.
in the mech's move would be different.
so we have shared movement but different actions.
Yes. Okay.
Is that
cool.
kind
I
of?
gotcha.
That's what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
picturing.
yeah. So you guys, so if we ever, well, we're entering in combat now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I remember.
So I was going to have you guys roll initiative.
Okay.
I was just letting him
Sorry.
do the first thing first.
So you
But yes,
need to
everybody
make
can
note
go
of
ahead and
that.
roll initiative for
I
their
need to
body
make-
part.
okay.
Yes. So you need to make note of that. It counts as a bonus action.
7.
Yes, that's what-
I will never have 4th level spells.
17.
Shelf. Okay.
My phone's glitching out.
My phone's dead.
My phone screen is broken, so it glitches out every now and then.
My
And it's
phone's
getting
broken. I think I'm winning
It's pretty
this.
easy to
Love
repair
it.
them. You can buy like a little repair kit. I've repaired my phone screen like a billion times.
Okay.
It takes like a
Oh,
you can
yeah.
buy like a little repair kit for like $15 on I don't remember what the
Say Amazon.
you
Oh,
could, yeah, find
I
one.
know
It
exactly
comes with
what
all
I'm
the
trying
tools and
first.
instructions on how to do it.
Okay.
Done that a couple
What's
times
that?
for mine as
Mine?
well.
Right.
Okay, so we had a 7, a 17,
Oh, initiative.
11.
11.
Oh, 25.
Okay. Max yours was the 17, right?
Yeah.
Oh, aura.
My Oath of the
Did we
Watchers
take a
aura
long-
is a bonus to initiative.
I think we
Does
said
that
you got the
benefit us?
benefits of a long
No,
rest
because I'm in the
because
arm.
of the nature of the transformation and leveling up and all that
Okay.
fun stuff.
I never realized we got a.
Oh, wait a second.
bonus.
Brand new.
Oh, you just
Got it.
For level.
What do we get?
Yeah.
I got the spell Deadly
uh,
Plane.
If you're within like 10 feet of me, you get a bonus to initiative.
I got them on
uh,
force gauge.
That's fun.
Does the,
Would this
funnest spell the
extend my
DM chooses
aura
on your
to everybody
players.
else?
Combined with Sickening
Or
Radiance
no.
or any
We don't
AoE
know
thing.
whether your
Well, here's the first test.
Yeah, here's the first
Okay,
test.
so what are you thinking?
I now have a bonus to initiative as one of my auras.
That's interesting.
Yes. So this would be the first test.
Roll. Just roll a d100. You got a 20% chance of your aura extending to everyone.
That is 19.
That works.
All right.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. What's the bonus?
Same as always, 5 for my charisma.
I mean, so it
So
doesn't
it's official.
actually change our initiative rankings at all.
Yeah.
No, but in comparison with the enemies,
Yeah. So, and that does affect. So everybody gets a +1.
everybody gets
I
a plus
have-
5.
Jeez, guys.
Yes.
Then I have a
Fine.
12.
I guess it could be something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I
Exactly.
think if you shift 5 up everyone,
I'm a
that does
22 now.
kind of matter.
Yes.
Not-
Even if you guys would take a normal order.
Yeah, I was gonna say our order is the same. But,
Yes, our order would be the
Because
same.
that puts, yeah.
But
Okay.
it could put.
But it could put us in front of the enemy.
Yeah. The fish.
Yes.
Fish.
Blub blub.
It's serpentine. It looks like almost a eel, like a
Fish
almost
snake.
like a
Fish snake.
fish snake.
Fish.
It looks like a fish.
It's an
Which I guess is just an eel, is a fish.
which is like, yeah.
Don't
It's
touch it.
okay. One more time.
What?
Don't
It's
poke.
eel-like, but with
Fish.
iridescence
Fish.
and arcane energies and stuff.
Fish.
Fish.
There's nothing wrong with being a
Fish.
fish.
It's just not quite a fish.
Eels are fish.
Eels are fish.
Are they?
Yes.
I don't know.
Look, some people know sushi better than I do. That's
Fish
all
are
I'm
friends,
saying.
not food.
No, that's exactly what sushi is. They just take an eel and chop it up and then eat it.
I love long fish.
You're so
like,
pretty.
things. Yeah, I do.
Joke.
Because like my favorite like fish is like the Siphonophore, and those are really long.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
My
So-
favorite fish is tripod
Long
fish.
fish.
So we've established
Fish
that
makes me happy.
your
Same.
aura can reach everyone when it comes to initiative. So that's cool.
When it comes to initiative.
Cool,
Saving
cool.
throws.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, we're all-
I have to watch this again, by the way.
Is that where you want it?
I would like it.
Would
Can
you
we
want
get, like,
her
a
in
little
any other
drone that
form?
pops off that's behind Olivia?
Would you want her doing or being anything else aside from dragging on your shoulder?
Like Red Wing from
Yeah,
fucking
like
Falcon.
Pseudo dragon. I want to be a pseudo dragon.
This time it's
No,
like
I
an
guess
actual
it's Olivia.
giant thing instead of like a drone.
She does technically have her own opinions on things. She could choose to leave at any time. I hope she doesn't. But I assume she would want to be a super dragon still.
Okay.
Cool.
She sits up there on your shoulder like normal.
Cool.
If you wanted her to try and do anything, we can see what happens when it happens.
Don't want to be a super dragon. No.
Okay, so with that,
Don't
so
answer
who
that.
had 30 again? That was Brayden?
Brandon.
I 25.
Yeah, well, without, okay, I gotcha. Because I assumed.
I always have my aura.
Okay. With that, so your bonus action, call the sword. Your aura's going. So what's your action?
My action would be to swing at this thing.
Okay. So make your normal attack roll.
You want me to add my modifiers to it?
Yeah, for the great sword.
Okay. That'll be a 23 to hit.
Okay. And you, as you go to swing at this creature, it's still kind of moving up into airspace. And in spite of being particularly quick, it is a fairly large target still, and you are it feels like a natural extension as inside your little pod you kind of will the swing. What does it look like when you're in your pod? Is it are you doing it just in your mind, or do you feel yourself kind of doing like a training motion or something? Go gadget arm.
I would feel myself like I'm stuck here. Give me a second. I don't know. I feel like I would feel myself trying to do the movements a little bit. Like again, I'm imagining Pacific Rim in this. So
Do we have to move the legs when this happens? Do we have to go wee? I don't know.
or is it like just the right arm just
Do
going?
they move their legs?
You,
I've never done
But yeah, like
if you guys want to make a perception or arcana check, you can. Just say that
Both
last
take a
part.
step at the
Brayden.
same time.
so yeah, I definitely feel myself doing the movements.
Okay.
Because like I'm also imagining Real Steel in this moment where he's like doing the shadow minute
I'm
making.
imagining us.
And so you feel it almost as like arcane energies, like as you go
Yeah.
to move it, you sense like the arcane energies like appear and create like a little bit
Almost
of
like a soul
resistance.
knife rogue. Or no. Okay.
We should ask them.
It's like as you move, it creates drag on your hands.
Okay.
And then when the sword strikes the creature, it's like everything lights up like as impact, and then dissipates.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So it's
Yeah.
almost like not exactly sparks, but it's arcane energy that gets brighter when contact is made or when movement is happening.
Gotcha.
stuff.
So,
guys move
roll
it,
your
like,
normal
20 times?
damage.
Should we be
It's all
moving?
Yes.
about carrying and moving. Oh, this is fine footwork. Just
Pictures
the
the
artistry of
hard
the sword,
people
sword
that-
movement.
Roll your
Just
normal
realized
damage for that attack.
We know.
It's not a move legs.
We know.
It'll take us a few tries.
know
What am I
Like,
not
so-
adding? Sorry,
Yeah.
I have a lot of modifiers here, assuming I've activated everything. So now I
Do
have
the
to-
do the standard attack damage for this.
I forgot about Great Weapon Master. That's all right. I'm not doing that right
Yeah.
now.
Do like your normal great. Do a normal great sword damage without all the modifiers. Just with like
Strength,
yeah.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
or
for us.
in this case, charisma.
Whatever.
13,
Okay. Multiplied by 3.
39.
Cool. It takes. You see a giant gash slice down the side of the eel, and one of its little fins pop off.
Yeah.
Fins.
I entered into your world, and I went with it. And I didn't say. I was like, I believed you when you said it's a fish. I trust your judgment. So now I'm telling it that way.
Long fish.
It's sort of wide fish is called.
One fish, two fish,
What?
short fish, long fish.
Because it's an eye.
And because this was
I like that one.
because this was an arcanely created Bakunawa, as you slash into it, instead of blood flying down, it's a serious, it's like iridescent arcane sparks kind of fall, 30, 40 feet before fizzling out like a firework almost. Okay, so that's your turn. Then we go to the Duke.
Okay, see, what I'm trying to figure out is how do I sneak attack?
That's a good question. Tell me what you want to try and do, and we'll see how it plays out. So consider this: you,
very
Oh, see, I have the head. I don't have arms. How am I supposed to?
Maybe we should have
So
put one of
is
the
this-
casters as
Is this like a raid? Well, I mean, I'm a half caster kind of.
Yeah.
Is this a dragon head or a raven head? What did we decide on?
I forgot.
I think
immediately.
dragon.
So
Dragon head?
you guys said dragon,
Okay.
but like Voltron, and there was a little bit like of an either or. So because you are in the head, which would you prefer in this moment?
I like dragon head.
Okay.
Dragon head sounds cool.
So it looks like a dragon head.
That's something.
Yeah, but I also want to see how my sneak attack. My sneak attack.
Well, then try
Um,
your sneak attack.
I'm going.
Tell me what you want.
Would the other arms and legs count as a ally within 5 feet?
It would count as an ally in combat to the.
Does-
So
the-
yeah, so
or
that's kind of how
reason
your
I could
your
act.
advantage for sneak attack would
Okay.
work. Yeah.
I guess.
Depending on.
So
you have it. Yeah.
I'm going to open up like the dragon mouth,
Okay.
and its tongue is gonna shoot out like a rapier.
Kind of like
upsetting.
lizard.
Yeah, like lizard.
Is it
Like
frog? Is that
Pascal?
the X-Man? Or not the X-Man?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Toad.
Toad.
So close. I feel like
Yeah,
that
I guess
was-
kind of like Toad, except it was like a
Yeah.
stab then retract.
I just watched
immediately.
I really
so I
like
thought of
that.
Pascal.
Okay. So do your normal sneak attack
I'm just
roll.
thinking, yeah, like a gecko, just like a.
Oh, that's not great. 7 plus 11, 18.
An 18 to hit.
Yes.
An 18 is good enough to hit.
Okay. I don't want to roll 66, so I'm going to. Where's my beat?
Is that with sneak attack you do?
Yeah,
roll
with sneak
66
attack, yeah.
total?
So that's 10 plus 22 piercing damage. So 32 piercing damage total.
Okay. Roll a d4 for me.
If
Two.
you were to cast,
Okay.
like,
So double your damage.
Oh, okay. 62, 64
Okay.
total.
So far it took
metal.
how much? It took 39 and
Huh?
64.
No, well, we're metal, I think, but
I
Um,
know. That's
and then I'm going
I
to
think we're
bonus
It's like,
action.
if I did like a storm.
Who's the next up to
Water
attack?
metal.
Do punch. I guess I'm just gonna bonus action help you.
And how do you do that?
Stab it again. I like that. Do that again.
As the tongue kind of shoots out to smack this thing sneak attack style,
Can I bonus
where-
action hide? Just retract the head in.
it's
like
kind
a,
of one of the things like you that's funny. We'll wait on any
Okay,
cloaking
yeah.
potential.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have to
yeah.
think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Suddenly you're the headless horseman or something. Okay, but as the tongue strikes out and lashes around and then pulls back, it's almost like it ripsaws around, creating a series of iridescent sparks doing this damage. And so, like as it kind of winds up and then creates almost like the way you would expect like a burn to happen if something was wrapped and then yanked
Sure.
really fast. I don't know how to, like, it's working in my head, but I don't know how to
Okay.
describe it. But yeah, so that works, and that's your turn.
Bonus action help.
And you said that. Do it again.
Stab him again.
Okay.
I like this.
And Giblet and Garen and Oz.
Do we share HP?
Such a good question.
We haven't been punched yet.
All right.
This
I'm like
thing.
curious, like, does the whole thing get like my like magic resistance?
So, did you end up making an Arcana check or whatnot a minute ago
I'm what? No,
when you guys were talking about the?
no, I made no Arcana check.
Okay.
I'll make it.
So you can do that. We'll see what happens. But it's Giblet's turn.
No, I gotta see because I'm like, how would each of these spells go?
So just if you want to pick one, like what would Giblet normally do, and then we can say we can kind of transform it into like so
Okay.
you're the leg,
Yeah.
but what was Giblet kind of leaning toward? Like what's Giblet's first
Well,
response?
Giblet's the storm.
Oh,
So Giblet's looking at the storms that he can make.
Yeah.
But
And Giblet's looking at the lightning crackling around this thing and the thunderous beat of its wings as it travels through the air.
yeah, and Giblet's being like,
Because it almost feels like
this is comforting to Giblet.
it almost feels like you can almost sense like thunder wave casting every time it beats its wings.
Oh, that's so cool. Or actually, you know what? I have Thunderwave. Let's just Giblet will be inspired by that and cast Thunderwave.
Okay.
It is a Constitution saving throw from the creature. Do I need to roll to cast it, or
No, it's a saving throw. It
Okay.
rolls.
It rolls. Make an Arcana check for me either way. Or yeah,
the
an Arcana
DC
check either
is
way.
18, by the way.
Cool.
The Arcana check.
Just in case.
That's a 3
Okay, cool.
for Arcana.
I'm just gonna keep it in my head.
Giblet is a -1 to attack.
So you said it's a con save?
Yes, and it's 18.
Okay, that's not. It does not pass. So,
So-
as what would it look like as this is cast from the foot, or the leg, or the knee? You know, what does it look like?
You know what?
How do
Giblet's
you
gonna
move?
stomp.
Okay.
And so like it'll be like just a huge stomp, and then this like thunder wave will come out
So much fun.
out of the like stomp.
Emanates out from where you.
Yeah.
Again, we're not
real
floating
hard.
the ethereal plane
And
anymore.
it will take 2d8 thunder damage. That's fine. It'll take 13 thunder damage and
That's
then
a good roll.
be pushed 10 feet away.
Okay, roll a d4.
Probably too much.
4.
Okay. It's gonna. So let's see.
Are we?
So multiply by 4 damage wise.
Okay, I gotta be calculator for that.
I think you can only push something.
Size or
That's
same size.
normal
52.
thunder wave.
Yeah, that's what I was
There's a
gonna say.
big
How much?
thunder
But yeah, no,
wave.
but if we're
52.
guardians, then we would be.
And then it is going to. So it does have it is resistant to thunder damage because of the nature of what it is. So
Yeah.
it takes 26.
You just stop singing for copyright shit.
That's, and it's only going to be pushed half.
Don't sue us,
the
Jorge, you're a
distance,
nice
so it
person.
gets pushed 20 instead of 40 feet because of its
Okay.
thunder resistance.
And then in
Um,
addition, any unsecured objects that are in the area will
All right.
also be pushed the same
So
amount.
as Thunderwave gets cast, you all can feel and like you all can see the surroundings, but basically Instead of the usual 15 feet, it's like 60 feet. And so all the little rocks and things just get thrown, like projectiled in all directions, minor cataclysmically. And the creature does get affected by the thunder. It kind of coils back, and the whole thing kind of gets off balance and is thrown 20 feet back from you, creating some distance between you and it.
Also, how does sound travel? Because it also says that at normal level, the sound will emit a thunderous boom audible out to 300 feet. But if you multiply that by 4,
Yeah,
that
you
is
imagine it's like a sonic boom.
12,000, not 12,000,
1,200.
1,200.
You think that sounds about right?
So,
Yeah.
I just
So that
wanted to
village
let
over
you
there on
know.
the other side of the lake
Yeah.
probably heard that.
It's like, what is that?
Just made like a mini tsunami on the
Yeah.
lake.
Yeah, just
So
wrecked the whole village.
The entire lake's just like vibrating.
right.
Anyway, that's my turn.
Cool. Let's see if it survives. Garen and then Oz.
I am going to.
Does this have any sort of? I should check for reaction.
You know,
things.
grab that and pull side right now, so much more for grab.
I see that. Yeah,
And-
that's nice.
So actually,
Mhm.
it is
doesn't
going to
just affect
choose
the-
to use a legendary resistance and succeed instead of fail. So it doesn't get pushed back, but you still have all those environmental effects.
And it
So it's not going to take the damage, and it's or does it take half damage?
Half
Okay.
damage.
So it takes half of half, and only takes
It
13.
ultimate got
Okay.
up to higher than
Sorry,
You're good.
that's me trying to actually read the monster. Cool. All right, Garen. Now it's your turn. Sorry.
I'm going to cast Crown of Stars.
Okay.
8th level?
7th level.
7th? Damn.
Crown of Stars. Can you read that for us?
Yeah. 7 star-like motes of light appear and orbit around your head until the spell ends. So imagine there's like these green floating lights around my head and around the mech's fist.
Okay.
And I can use a bonus action to send one of the motes streaking towards one creature or object within 120 feet of you. When you do, make a ranged spell attack on a hit to take 4d12 radiant. Whether you hit or miss, the mote is expended. The spell ends early if you expend the last mote.
Okay. So, roll your attack.
25.
Okay, that's definitely going to hit. So as you launch one of those motes of light from your fist, or are you punching?
I'm just gonna.
Okay. And then roll that damage.
Loading. 26 damage.
Okay. What level spell is that?
7.
No. Roll a d4.
I made all the spells.
3.
Okay. And what kind of damage was it again?
Radiant.
Okay. So with that one, triple the damage. What is it total then?
Ultimate's increased.
6 times 3.
Yeah.
Oh, 78. Okay, cool.
Yeah, magic.
Okay.
Pretty much everything.
Do-do-do-do. So with that, your radiant energy surrounds, kind of wraps around and surrounds the light, surrounds the creature, causing just iridescent. It kind of almost like it gets caught by the lightning that's already wrapping around and travels with that. Causing just these lines of iridescent light to spark off in all different colors, like a series of small fireworks in a row, doing an unimaginable amount of damage all at once. There seems to be a very little left holding the creature together as far as like substance goes, but it is still hanging in there just barely.
Does that mean, since we're in like a thing, do we have an attack just to kick it out? And would that be like an unarmed?
I feel like it's probably not
Sure.
worth me making an unarmed strike.
Well, no, I'm just considering the possibilities.
Do you have like a mace or something?
No.
Did you have anything else,
That's
Karen?
usually
That was my
most
action and bonus
clerics have,
action.
like,
I
a
don't know how I would use movements. That's
I
all.
think you're stuck in
Oh,
Yeah,
I have a
movement's
warhead.
not as much. Not as
Yeah, that's like kicking.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, I was also thinking.
that brings us to Oz, because all of you
Right.
rolled better, especially
Because
with
I
the
feel like if
5.
it was
Oz was going to be lower,
I
and
would
then
like
the 5
put
was
steel
lower.
around.
Aha,
Steel
see?
toe boots.
Yeah, it needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, what are we doing?
I am casting a psychic lance.
Psychic
Oof,
Lance.
love it.
Describe that for us.
You know, I've been trying to figure out how I'm gonna cast a psychic lance from a leg.
What's the
Neither.
normal spell?
Light up sneakers.
That would give me
Actually-
psychic.
You get to
We
decide.
have shoes. I don't think
Why
we have
would you have shoes?
Well, it's like this shoe.
It's like
So
greaves
it's like,
or whatever.
so it's like
what are
light
they
up
called?
sneakers, so
Ow.
it lights up like a light up sneaker
Yeah,
would,
yeah,
but it's the
yeah.
actual boot.
It's like charging it.
You
This
got
is
Air
my-
Jordans.
This is
Come
where
on.
Meadow
No,
shines.
I'm
This-
following.
This is where I shine.
It's like, yeah, like the light up like shoe. Like,
Yeah.
it like starts
That like you would
very,
wear
like,
in class,
small.
and then during the movie days, your teacher would hate you because you no longer
Take those off and put them in the back of the yeah.
So is that what we're doing?
I think yeah.
All right, describe the normal spell for us.
It's a psychic lance. You
It's
just
new to me. I can't remember.
so basically it's I think it has
Are we gonna
basically,
stunlock this thing?
it's 120 feet. It's a shimmering lance of psychic power.
I love stun locking. It's great.
Technically, it's supposed to come from my forehead, but I don't have a forehead here.
I gotcha.
And,
Your big
Upper
toe?
thigh.
huh?
Knee?
Knee laser. I was
Knee
right.
is kind of like the forehead.
Right,
of
the
leg,
forehead of the leg.
when you think about it.
The whole thigh
You
is
bring the
a really
forehead
big
down to the
hairdo.
leg and sticks go
It's
break.
like a conehead situation.
No. When you think
The
about
kneecap
it,
has a
knee really is the
kneecap.
forehead.
It does make sense, right?
Kneecap is like a Death Star style laser.
So, yeah. Is that what it
Wait,
is?
That's even better, actually. No, actually,
perfect.
I have the
Take
kneecap
that.
laser. Okay, I mean, listen, we can still charge it up at the feet, though. We can charge
Yeah,
it up at the
it
feet.
comes
says
it
it
comes
has to
from
be
the
the same
feet,
Yeah,
every
it
time?
charges
Okay.
and it shoots through.
Like a,
Okay.
instead of being like a regular shoe, it's like a knee
So the
knee high light up boot. Is that a thing? Can we get that?
it is now.
It is now.
So you
yeah.
see like
What
the
color?
old school lights like circling the sole as you take your step, and then you see the energy shoot up to the top of the knee boot thing, and lance and send psychic energy in a lance toward the creature. And I have a feeling it didn't make that save.
it?
It's
Yeah,
a 7.
Yeah, it's 18. So hold on, I need.
Is it half damage or no damage if it takes it?
one's actually good.
It would have been damage anyway.
So half either
Depends on how you
way.
use 'em.
Does it
I
have?
used
magic?
one.
It has legendary resistances.
Oh.
So
Really
it can
good game.
it can
Not the
take
best, but
it's going to
bottom
use
tier
its
makes
second
it a, like,
legendary resistance
Widens its
to
radius and shoots a
succeed.
gun or ice.
Take 8d6.
Okay.
But yeah, this is one
Cryo
where I
cannon.
don't even technically
And
have.
because that one's a psychic,
shoot
it's not
ice
going to
bombs.
double like the.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think. Well, let me think about it.
Oh, that's cool. Fine.
We'll see. Let's see what happens.
All my
either
stuff
way.
is either psychic or necrotic.
Yeah,
I've been boned. I've been boned by every single thing.
I
we
think
fought.
no. I was thinking. I'm like that actually doesn't make sense. There would be some sort of magnifier.
Yeah,
no
it could
matter what,
have.
so. Yeah,
Not take
yeah.
it.
I think it's
let's
just
It's like a
see.
megaphone.
Yeah,
It's like
Maybe-
your
yeah.
brain.
That's kind of where my brain was going
Yeah.
after I said it.
10, 22, 25, 27, 28.
Okay.
28 psychic damage.
All right, and then roll a d4.
I think this thing might die.
It might. It
That
was
is
made by
the
the
goal.
wizard, so it might be a little different
Four.
than the usual one. Oh, jeez. Yeah. No. Okay. Fine.
Mm.
So total of 28 times 4 damage. Is that what we said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like another 108. There's no way I can justify this thing having that many hit points. So
Okay.
whatever. No.
Doing a lot of
Uh,
We should do a dance party to celebrate.
here's what will happen
Nice.
since so with that the psychic damage. What would it look like?
power of the legs.
So
Under
you get the sense that this is the finishing blow. There will be one thing that happens as a result, but how do you imagine the thing like ending?
Yeah, so, you know, the funny thing about warlocks is they can't cast anything at the level that the spell actually is. They can only cast thing at the level of spells that they're allowed to cast. So I have no choice but to upcast everything. But, you know, I'm like, oh, well, everyone else obviously, you know, went all out. There's no way people didn't just do a single greatsword attack when they can normally smite. So I'm like, wow, this thing must be really tough. Like incredibly difficult. So I think Oz was like, okay, yeah, so I need to go big. I need to do like the most powerful thing I can possibly cast. So they're like, okay, this is probably gonna do nothing. And it like just completely blasted the whole yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So as the psychic damage hits, and this you cause whatever shape it was supposed to have.
It's also technically supposed to be incapacitated until my next turn, but I think it's dead, so that doesn't
It's
matter.
dead. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. But what because of the nature of how all this damage is coming together, and that this creature isn't an organic creature, when it you blast a hole and you can see like that hole happened, and what it's almost like it starts the lightning and thunder energy that it had gets pulled into the center, almost gravitationally like a black hole, but not quite. And then so all this arcane energy that was used to summon it goes to the center of the hole you just blew in it. And kind of erratic, large lightning strikes start flinging out in each direction as it finally bursts into nothingness. When that happens, arcs of lightning come toward the mech, you guys. And so...
Giblet gets excited. Give us another storm.
It looks like jumping out of the back, like
I'm
What's the
ready.
Giblet looks at the
average-
storm, like rough enough.
So
looks
what
at
are you
Aerith, son
choose
of
as
Aerith.
legs? What's your dexterity saves?
Oh,
really
no.
good.
It's really it should have been based off the crew, but I don't think I had.
I
don't
have a
those
2.
successes.
Let's do.
What are we talking about?
I don't want.
I needed a dex
My
save,
intelligence is
and I
a
didn't
negative
have one for the
one.
ship,
No,
so it's gonna be off of their legs.
To be
So,
fair, my
what's your-
dex is only it's slightly better than my strength.
So what's your okay? We can just do an average of the two of you guys. This is
Well, I think the average.
never saw
Are we
that.
rounding up or rounding down?
For the legs.
So mine's
2,
1.
wait. What is it?
And 2 and a 1.
Probably for the best.
Is
We're
what you
not-
rolled?
Oh,
No, that's their-
Or that's your
Oh,
bonus.
Oh,
That's the
you want
bonus.
us to
that's
roll.
bonus.
Okay.
Okay. Either way. Well, I hadn't quite decided, but that's yeah.
No,
20.
Better than
That's
I
what
meant
I
like
call
your
it
normal
30.
dex, but okay.
20.
3.
So here we go.
Okay.
Let's
The
average
average
that
of
out.
We are the
those
most dexterous members of this
Yep.
party.
is not higher than 15, and that's really all that matters. So with that, those two arcs of lightning, or 2 arcs of lightning will.
Is this magic? Wait,
throw out.
is this a magical saving throw?
No, it's
Don't we
just
get a
dex
plus to
save.
saving throws from you?
We
Well,
don't
if it
know
was a-
yet.
Well, yeah,
Well,
does
This
the
is aura.
Oh yeah,
aura work?
We have another aura testing.
yes. My plus
Well, is
5
this a
saving throw
spell,
aura.
like ability?
It
Or a magic
is
ability?
Doesn't matter
a
for me.
legendary action.
I have magic resistance.
Oh.
It is
oh.
light. It is lightning.
Wait, how?
So it is not
I've
arcane
had this since the
in
beginning.
this
That's
sort
why
of.
I do
It's
the
complicated.
So I'm within 10 feet of my pseudo dragon.
All that to say, 2 lightning bolts arc out, striking
Are they magical?
the.
bolts?
Wait, the aura.
My aura that gives plus 5 to saving throws.
Ooh, now I can have an 8.
Be 25.
8. But again, if this is a magical ability,
All right,
No,
let me
it's, you said
see,
it's
let's
just
see.
legendary action, so it's the lightning.
Wait,
where does the
can
lightning
I-
come from? Is it magic
But-
lightning?
I don't know.
It's just lightning.
Is it magic lightning?
No. Once it was cast, it turned into just lightning.
That doesn't.
Okay. I will let you guys both have the plus 5 on the saving throw in this instance. I can't say it'll happen
even-
every time, but
Why
in
even
this
bother having magic
enactment,
resistance if I
we
can't
rolled
use
for
it
it,
against
so,
lightning?
so we'll let it.
Can I use my reaction? Uncanny dodge. Because did they
But we
succeed
wouldn't-
with that plus 5?
I was trying to get there. There's just been so many questions.
My-
No. With that,
Give me about 2
your
distracted,
3
but-
goes up to a 5 then, and your
It goes up to an 8.
or that's what I meant. Up by
Yeah.
5 to 8.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yes, 8 and then
25.
25. So the average of that is going to be higher than 15.
Let's go
Right?
easy.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Sure, I'm gonna trust you on that.
30.
Don't think about it
Yeah,
too
it
much.
is.
It's
It
over
is.
30,
Yeah,
so
it is.
yeah.
Yeah. No.
Don't
Oh,
think
wait. No, that's different. It's not over 30.
Yeah,
No, it
Is
is.
it's
25
25 plus
11.
8.
Or 8.
No. And then divided by 2.
Yeah,
I
that's
know,
over
but
30.
since it's over
I see
30,
what you. I got you.
Yeah, it'll be 15 or higher.
I'm tracking with logic. I
Yeah.
can't say that my brain's completely here. With that,
You're an English professor.
whoa.
You don't need math.
I've been through calc too. We're moving on.
Yeah.
So
I never made it
But I
past
think I'd
pre-calc.
be more upset if I
hated
asked you an
calc.
English question and you didn't know it than a math question.
yeah,
Maybe
like
you
like
pronounce
darkness,
Dr. Culligan
darkness
wrong?
or something. I'm sorry. All right. moving
I will
forward.
still hold that against you forever.
Moving forward. I swear I'm trying.
Right the whole time.
What are you?
They boo me because I'm right.
Okay.
Didn't we look it up afterwards?
And I'm right.
And it was.
We were
What is
right.
this?
I was.
Yeah.
No, it's
I'm
dark
right.
versus darkness.
Yeah. Dark
Yeah,
is a
no,
noun and darkness.
We looked it up. One. Yeah, it made it. There's a distinction to
Yeah,
be
there's a
made.
distinction.
They can also
Which
they
means
can
I
both
was
be
right,
nouns.
but yeah. Probably. But in game,
Anyway,
darkness is the
lightning.
spell
Oh my
and
gosh.
that was used
The
Back to the
opposite
as
of,
context.
the opposite
The
of
lightning
dark is
goes
lightning.
to
can't
strike
use
and wrap around, and you get the sense that the lightning would have done significant damage, but it's almost like it runs into a shield of radiant energy that makes that kind of causes the leg to actually kind of bounce just slightly off, and the lightning smashes down into the ground.
Sorry, I thought about
So,
Serena saying
with that-
we're not cheating on you with other storms.
After that lightning fails to strike, you all now are standing there, having each gotten a chance to do a thing, and just you were not expecting the cataclysmic level of intensity that some of that damage came through, and you're not sure if it'll do that every time, but it looked pretty cool.
Wizard, bring me another thing to punch.
We're good.
I think that's quite alright.
I think we're.
No, I
think we've
agree. Give
scared
us another
enough-
thing to
I
punch.
think we scared enough villages today.
I'd rather not waste any more spell slots on this.
Yeah, same.
Spell slots.
It's gonna make me tired, and you know.
Well, I mean, I would only need like a short rest. Like,
And
I
so-
could read a book for a couple minutes. and not
See,
fight.
I wouldn't. I would need to take a good nap.
Yes, well,
One consider a long nap. A long rest.
a lot.
So now the question is, what do you do? What do you want to do now?
I say, could we try moving and just walking and moving and not shooting spells or swinging swords?
So you all can hear each other.
Could we just like
Yes.
try and figure out how to move and like
I want to move the leg.
say like we had to dodge or something, like you know? That's where my mind went. I'm silly, and this is nobody's responding. So
And
I got some mage armor on this.
Yeah, let's try
Does
it.
give it
Does it count as armor? Is it wearing armor?
I think it
I think
is
it-
armor.
I think you just
Mage armor.
reinforce
I think it's
it.
already a force field.
I think you just reinforce the force field.
But also, is this considered a warforge? Like, do we get the +1 to AC off the bat?
I mean, I still.
And I assume the different parts are based off our different ACs.
So then, do I get my mage armor bonus?
Maybe it'll be just to
Did you
your
try
leg.
casting mage armor?
I think we're gonna try and walk.
Yeah, we're good trying to walk.
Okay.
Wait, maybe we should cast mage armor first in case we
have
trip
no
and
way,
fall.
We have no way of testing this. Also, mage armor wouldn't help if we trip and fall. I'll skip trip and fall.
What if like a big titan comes out of nowhere and tries to
don't think
attack
that's
us? We could be
gonna
prepared.
That seems extremely unlikely.
you will be prepared.
Come on, remember Scar. Be
Okay, so I
prepared.
guess we're gonna try walking. Legs.
Activate.
You can't say that.
Arms.
We
Yeah.
decide.
Swing naturally.
I'm the head. I say I.
No, we
I-
decide.
Oh my
when we-
gosh.
we decide when we act.
If we have to deal with him bossing us around.
Legs activate.
Thor
The head does
will
not
detach-
control the lungs, nor the lungs the head.
Detach our legs.
The
Thor will
brain
not-
controls everything.
You are the head, not
The
the
head,
brain.
the brain is in there.
We should move him down to like the chest so he doesn't get a ego.
It's too late for me.
Aren't we all technically in the chest?
No.
In our little, like, orbs?
You guys are still trying. It was hard to say exactly
Okay.
where you were.
But we're close enough to
in
get
the
your
thing.
bonuses, which is
Yeah.
what, 10 feet?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're all
But
within 10 feet.
I was more thinking
I
that
thought it was
the
Based the construct made in an attempt to explain the unexplainable.
why
I
is he
like your
turning
words,
into
funny
Einstein?
man.
No, I was more imagining that the mech act as a conduit for my aura, and the mech itself extended it to you, rather than us being in close enough proximity for it to activate.
With the cup and a string.
All the
Yes.
mysteries.
Okay.
As you go to walk, and you're like in your mind, you're like it's a synchronized thought process. You do, assuming you're thinking we're walking in the same direction.
Yes.
But yeah, actually, at first,
Hasn't come
first-
into
I assume.
effect yet, but
so you guys at first, it's kind of
we
like
haven't had a lot of combat.
like your legs are a little floppy because there's not like a clear direction. You're like,
Hocus
and we're
Pocus
walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and you walk a few steps, which are actually fairly large, and then one of you splooshes into the edge of the large lake nearby.
sploosh.
Let's jump. Let's jump. But let's get out of the water.
We'll jump.
Yeah.
We can jump out.
But one of us is in the water. We'll
the
just get in
water.
Okay, so
Am I
we
in the
both.
water? Wait, which leg is in the water? The right or the left leg?
I was thinking left.
So you
So I'm in the
We,
water.
you get like a
I'm
certain
too
amount of
short.
seconds,
I'll get in the
and then after that you have to stop.
Yeah, no, I'll get in the water and then we can jump out of it.
Okay.
Is it like 5 seconds?
Wait, would
Something like that.
We should probably
Or
just
what is, yeah, I was like, I should get out of the lake and then we could like.
jump
So
into it.
Yeah.
while the legs are arguing about or working that out, what are the other three of you doing?
Discussing copyright laws.
We've been like quietly singing Epic, but we also don't want the stream to get shut down or the video to get taken off of YouTube. So we're just like, no, we can only sing like 5 seconds at a time so we don't trigger copyright.
All right.
I don't know what
Cool.
it is.
So there's walking that's happening. The arms and head are kind of fairly stiff, but you kind of all of you have like this awareness of what's around. It's not like you're seeing from the leg position or something. It's like you have this
Jump super high.
this layer of
Then
it's almost like you're in a room. You're in like a shell, and the shell is
much
you're
ant
seeing
hills
kind
are
of
we killing
all
right
around
now?
you.
For
Wherever
Oath
you're
of the
looking.
Watchers?
okay.
Okay. We want to.
We want to jump.
We want to jump. We want to jump
Okay.
super as high as we can jump.
Yes.
Okay. And in any particular direction, or just straight up?
Straight up.
Okay. And are you
we
going to try
fly?
and?
That's what I was
Like
also
have
wondering.
like.
I'm curious. I think we should
Well,
start
we have
with the jump
wings.
thing.
I can cast
Sure.
telekinesis on us.
I'm guessing the arms probably control the wings, so we probably have to coordinate. But we can start with the jump.
Next
We'll start with the jump.
Okay.
One more level of
So
paladin.
you all here? Are we able to fly? And they're going to start with the jump. Are you guys going to try and fly?
Wings activate.
Oh yeah.
Any
I guess
one
we
of
got the
you
initiative a
in
level
the
ago.
upper torso could activate the wing.
I'm gonna activate the wings.
Okay. So
Activate the springs.
cool.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
All right.
Wait,
In
we
this
can have
case,
that.
which of you has the higher strength? Like, what's your raw strength scores?
Hey!
Not 8, 12.
Just the two legs.
Your strength? No.
12. Okay, so then
Why is
your
your
normal
strength
high
only
jump
12?
would be, isn't that 12?
What?
Is it just the
Your strength's not 12.
My strength is 12.
I thought your strength was like 16.
I
thought it
have
was
a
higher than that.
I have a +6 to athletics. That's why. I'm like super proficient in athletics,
3
but I'm not
plus
that strong.
your strength?
I thought your strength was so much higher.
No, because I put everything into wisdom and
Okay, so
this
your
has
normal
always been a
strength
thing.
modifier is a
Well, because I
+1.
always thought you were stronger than I was, like strength-wise.
No, it's just because I do whenever we do the things, it's always athletics, and so I put my proficiency bonus in athletics. So I seem stronger than I actually am.
No, so is his.
That's
He's
fine.
got +7 to athletics.
So Giblet
Actually,
has
that's a
strength of
+8
12, which makes their bonus a 1.
because I just
Yeah.
increased my
Okay,
strength.
so you guys can jump 30 plus 10 or 40 feet kind of going off the times 10 of your normal.
Okay.
It's good that my weakness doesn't hinder our
Yes.
ability to
It's a
jump.
high jump. Yeah. So you can go. Basically, you can leap 40 feet in the air, and then if you want to activate the wings to start flying, Max, you can basically go to hover mode,
Yeah.
and
I
the
think-
arcane wings will kind of do their
However,
thing.
I'm
They
curious.
seem to be beating
If we
slower than
feel
they
like
should for.
stronger on the
You know,
way,
they're not
will
like
you be able to
hummingbirds,
jump
but
Yeah.
but it does the job
Okay.
somehow.
Can
you get
I
stronger?
could try and like maneuver
Give, like,
around
get
with the
any
wings.
stronger.
Should we?
Okay.
I'm pretty
What
good at
direction
it.
shall we go?
So
Maybe we
forward.
can put a gym in our thing.
So as the head, you get to kind of decide some of the directionality. So where are you flying?
Forward.
Like over the lake?
Yeah, like over the lake, over the town, like
Okay.
Superman pose, maybe.
All right, you all your mech leaps 40 feet into the air, and then the wings take over as Max kind of causes the body and wings to go level, flying above the town fairly quickly.
Oh yeah, what's our flying speed?
Fly speed in this is going to be
Billion feet.
300.
2 feet.
We're just really like inching her up.
okay.
It's like the little like electric wheelchair thing.
Yeah.
The ones that go up
Granny
the stairs.
Yes.
In this
Have you guys seen
form,
The Office?
Yeah.
Do you know that Jack Black movie that they watch in The Office? Where he
No.
like so
Just like an actual Jack Black movie.
yeah, it's during when Pam's like parents are getting a divorce and they're fighting, and them and Andy are watching this Jack Black movie and where he falls in love with like a grandma, and the grandma breaks up with him as she's scooting up the thing. So he's like on the bottom of the stairs like crying, being like, "Don't do this," and she's just like, "I'm sorry," and it has to, but she's going.
I think I remember the Jack Black thing from like an actual movie, but I don't remember it being in The Office.
It's in The Office.
Yeah?
I didn't know it was an actual movie.
I think
I
it
was
is.
gonna say, I don't remember this from either, and I have seen The Office.
I remember
that's
both.
anyway.
so
That's a
with
lie.
both wings intact and being at full energy and all that fun stuff, you have a fly speed of 120 feet per round. So pretty fast.
Okay, I do remember this now that I'm looking at it. 120 feet?
Yeah. Basically, still faster than an ancient dragon.
But
Okay.
slower than Donovan Action Surge double dashing. Which you
Jack
can't do
Black was in
anymore, but
Waterworld.
that was fun.
Yes.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Okay, so so you guys go zooming. In 30 seconds, you can easily fly across the lake, over the town, and beyond. Something close to like 700-800 feet, like a quarter mile, in 30 seconds or so. Did I do the math
What
right?
else now?
I say we head to those, whatever those bird creatures are causing a disturbance in the balance.
Can we just like we just fly there, or do we have like a?
I
If we
think that would.
teleported here,
I think that would wear us out if we flew like all the way over there.
do you think we have a teleport, or should we just ask the wizard to teleport us
Should just ask the
I
wizard.
should have taken plane shift.
again?
I think if we ask the wizard, it'll make him feel like we need him.
yeah. He's a sad old man who lives by himself.
he just collects
You didn't
bugs.
seem very sad.
No.
No, but
So,
it's just crazy.
you all are talking about like shifting, teleporting.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Okay.
we're.
Heading back to the
Yeah.
Ethereal.
Didn't the Raven Queen say something about an ability like that?
Yes.
Definitely.
100%.
I
He
think
Yeah.
said
she
we have
said-
super
Agree.
teleportation.
Agree.
I think she said that like
I know we have the ability to track them, and there was
track. That was the only thing. I think we had a room in the ship where we could track.
Yeah,
Where I think we felt like we could teleport, but I don't.
we haven't
Oh.
investigated.
We
it yet.
hadn't investigated it because we were too excited about.
Yeah, we wanted to
it
turn it
actually.
over.
So if I'm remembering correctly, what are you looking for?
A ruler.
There was something.
I thought there was one. I thought I saw one.
There might be a little one somewhere in there, but I honestly don't. You could try the template. Yeah.
It was great.
Fingertip to elbow is usually 2 foot.
Fingertip to elbow.
Yeah, 2 feet.
Doesn't that depend
For
on
hanging
the
lights. It's pretty close. Anyway, so one of the things I think that she had mentioned is like if you have to track them, it would like in the brainstorming.
Sorry.
Fingertip to elbow is 2 feet.
Give or take. I didn't say the front or the back of the elbow. For hers, it's the back of the elbow. For you, it's in front of there. Also, I'm covered in bruises from the.
Yeah.
I look like I joined Fight Club, but my face not. It was already sad. Anyways,
Basically. Okay. Yeah.
anyway, so one of the things she had said is if you have to shoot when you guys were in brainstorming, I think she was musing that it'd be like if you find them and if you need to, it'd be good to be able to travel or shift planes as well. So I do believe that was supposedly going to be worked in to the functionality of the thing you're in right now. So the question is, I think you had the ability to shift into mech form and out of mech form. Was it twice a day?
I don't think you told us.
You didn't
All
tell.
right, we're gonna say 4. You can shift in and out twice a day.
So twice a day. That's for him.
Yes. So you can go from boat to mech
So it's like
to
wild
boat
shape.
or to mech to boat or whatever it is. You know.
You know,
Reach
the only
level
problem
20
with
will
our
it be
little test
unlimited
there
like
is we didn't
wild
take any
shape?
damage, so we don't know how damage. or
Well, we
shit.
have the
True.
magic shield.
Wizard, shoot
We
us.
didn't actually take any damage.
So you don't know how many
We
hit
don't know
points
how
or
our
what it
hit
feels
points are.
like.
Yeah.
Wizard,
It's
shoot
like
us.
sometimes it's
Punch
good to get
ourselves.
punched.
I'm not
No.
one to engage in wanton violence.
Here, let me shorten the sword. We can just do a little.
What if
Yeah,
we
it's
just
just-
have the
That's
wizard
me you're
shoot us?
talking
But I'll
about.
do. Well, sorry, I'll do it in the head to get a golden.
That's where the vitals are kept.
What if we just have
Yeah,
the wizard
you're
shoot
not vital.
us?
That works. Richard shoots the right arm.
Make sure he shoots the head.
I say we find out when we find out.
Okay.
I'd rather do
That's
that.
also fine. Yes. I was
So-
just meaning.
You're in mech form. Do you want to try and in mech form like leave your little pods and try and travel to other parts of the ship, or do you want to
Revert back to ship form.
or do you
Yeah.
want to revert to ship?
I think revert to ship.
All right. What is
Done enough investigating.
what's the call sign that you're all ready to revert to ship?
Yeah, it's like, and then we go down.
So now we're disco dancing.
Yeah.
Okay, holster it. Right.
You're
Okay.
holstering.
Holster the disco
Exactly.
pointy fingers. All right. And so as
That's actually works so good.
You are flying, and so as you're flying, the wings kind of pull in, the arcane energies dissipate
Oh, yeah, we did this
as
in
the whole
midair.
thing starts shifting back into kind of the large, not quite barge-like, but definitely has that kind of like ferry style, like water ferrying kind of look to it, where it's pretty rectangular and has an edge on the top. You sense your pods kind of coming back together to where the light rings were, and as the cylinders drop, you see the statue of the Raven and the Raven Queen sitting atop it at the bulkhead helm
Prow.
prow.
Bulkhead is the door.
Finish forming back up. Yes. So yeah. As you're there, there's kind of a. Let's see. I think Oz, because this is something closer to your abilities already. There is this when you guys were talking about teleporting or plane shifting and that kind of thing. There are a series of arcane sigils near where your circle is that appear lit up. That you recognize as being connected to plane shifting. So, whether you decide to share that with everyone else.
I mean, is it relevant right now?
So
We'll bring it up when we'll bring it up after we.
So where were you going then?
Because we're gonna go investigate the thingy, right? The
A room where? I thought we were just
The
gonna
room
go
where it happened?
explore the ship.
The map room.
Okay. So then, and is the ship staying traveling in a certain direction? Do you tell the crew to do something or go?
Let's
anywhere?
not make a heading until we know where we're going.
Yeah, I think this whole
Okay.
place.
So just wherever you stopped.
Yeah.
All right, somewhere on the other side of town. Cool.
Or
All right.
maybe we just bring it back to the wizard tower.
Yeah, did we go? We didn't go very far from it, did we?
Yeah, I think we're just
A quarter mile.
Okay, yeah, so maybe fly back to
Okay.
the
All right.
back to
So
wizard
the
tower,
ship's flying back, and you
we'll
guys.
investigate the room that tells us where to go.
All right. All of you go down into the room that is kind of a blank space. If you remember, you were told that that room was a way to basically use the dream spell, and enter into the dreams of what the creatures possibly in an arcane eye style, where it's like you're being an invisible participant or voyeur.
So it's like kind of a combination clairvoyance and dream spell. Sounds like.
Because you may not be detected.
Well, I don't.
Dream allows you to communicate with someone, and you
Yeah.
can just try to scare them so they get no benefit from the long rest.
Yeah.
As a
so-
DM, I've wanted to use that with my players for the longest time.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a combination dream clairvoyance then, because like clairvoyance is you put,
See
like
an area.
like a seeing or hearing device, basically, in an area. You can use it for like, sensory purposes. It's invisible. And I don't think interactable either.
So the way this works, it's close to it's like you get to cast dream, and it starts as if you're inside an arcane eye, and so it depends on whether they would detect you or whether you make yourself detectable, and is what can happen. So usually arcane eye by itself is create an invisible, invulnerable eye, but it's like you're inside it. Within range that hovers for the duration, you mentally receive visual information from the eye, which you can see in every direction, but it's like you're looking through it. Almost like one of those old school gladiator balls. Or that egg-like thing you were just in with it's kind of a blendy at that. And then dream, just so you guys have the official whatever of it. No, not Dream Eater, that's the wrong thing. That's
Dream Eater, like from Pokemon?
Yes.
Dream, you target a creature you know on the same plane of existence. You or a willing creature you touch enters a trance state to act as a dream messenger. The messenger is incapacitated. If the target's asleep, the messenger appears in the target's dream and can converse with the target as long as it remains asleep through the spell's duration. So you can either be in arcane eye mode, or if they detect you, or if you want to speak, then you become a part of the dream potentially. If the target's awake when you cast, the messenger knows it and can either end the trance or wait for the target to sleep, at which point the messenger enters its dream.
And I'm guessing we're kind of just given the ability to know who we're targeting. We have to do research to figure out who these people are.
You haven't tried yet, so you only know like that's the basics of what you know about this thing. So.
Like the basic.
So you target this says you target a creature you know on the
Star
same
Wars
plane of
too.
existence. What that means and how much you would have to know could go into the same realm as like locate person type situation would. What's stuck?
Wait, no, I got it.
Did you break the pencil sharpener?
That one's empty already.
Oh, you're looking for
Are you just
pencil
emptying the
shavings?
pencil sharpeners?
We're not playing.
Why not?
Because we didn't want to.
All of you decided not to play?
Most of us did not want to.
So you're just chilling, huh?
Yeah.
Well, as long as you're having fun, I guess.
Playing with pencil shavings.
I guess so.
That sounds like a good time.
Okay. So yeah, so you guys are in that room. You kind of have, it's almost like there's, maybe there's, probably should have made that delivery of information. You were told a little bit about how it worked, but as you entered, there's a little bit of an understanding, and also possibly a series of arcane ruins etched into a sphere, sticking out of one side of the wall near the door. That as you as you spin it, you basically read the descriptions of what the room does and what the spell does,
Oh,
and how it might work.
well then, did we want to try?
Might as well.
Right.
And you do get the sense that you can either use your own arcane energies or do this once per day.
Okay, well then I guess we'll try using the once per day, right?
Okay.
Oh, if we get one free one, might as well use it.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is who's starting this? How are you trying to kind of know which creature and what?
Well, I guess we were told that they were the people who had betrayed the Raven Queen. So
Two of them in specific.
yeah, so I guess I would like to try and maybe enter the dream of one of the people who betrayed the Raven, one of the two people who betrayed the Raven Queen, and who's maybe the one that we're closest to.
Okay.
If
So
that's something we can do, I mean, you know.
so you also realize that you're on the wrong plane of existence because
Yeah,
you are
yeah.
on the shadow fringe.
I
In the shadow fringe.
I think I remember before we
Damn,
do
I
it,
should've taken
because we had no idea which ones it were, who it was.
Yeah.
That was because we found
Which
out
one
that
was where?
yeah the Raven Queen sent the assassin to kill a council member. That council member was working for one of the bird guys. We were gonna go investigate her
Right.
and then get more information so we could do the because we don't have any like ideas of how
Well, in
who
that
he is,
case,
right?
We were also gonna give the feather to the person
Yeah.
that hired us.
he succeeded in killing the council member. Guess
Yeah.
we'll have to try and investigate them. I guess now we get to solve them, right?
But we were, yeah.
Well, we've already solved the murder of who did the murder.
I guess that's true.
Now we need
Solve the
to.
why.
Go to the.
Well, we already know the why too. We need
What's the
to.
specifics? We don't know which.
Well, we know why he was murdered.
Yeah, but we don't know which person he was. We don't like.
Well,
We
yeah.
know why he was murdered, but we don't know why.
one?
But we need to go
We don't
back to
know
Yeah.
why
the
they
place
did the-
anyway.
Uh,
Because we have to give the thing to the
Yeah.
person.
Right. Yeah. So I
Do
guess.
some
The-
investigating anyway.
maybe we should just head to the Radiant Citadel
Yeah,
before we do
yeah.
the dream thing.
Yeah. Never mind. We're not gonna do it.
But when we pull
Unless
up to
we
the
already
Radiant
started it.
Citadel,
We
we
have to
should
use
do
it
it
now,
in
or-
mech form.
You
No.
don't
Yes.
have to use it.
And
You kind
Yeah,
of
I don't
Assert
think so.
dominance.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
So as you're looking
we're
through, like
starting.
you
They're
go
gonna
to
attack
start
us.
warming up the room to activate the energy, because it takes a little bit to cast
Oh,
it. But,
shit,
it
okay,
takes a
so which
moment.
dream do we want?
It takes a minute casting time. So as it starts, though, it's you see that the arcane symbols that say like plane of existence get highlighted in red.
Okay, who do we want to? Whose dreams do we want to enter on this plane?
The the girl that trapped us in her palace.
Oh, what was her
What?
name?
Who?
With the
Like when we entered the Shadow Fringe, it was like one of the first people
one
we
that
talked to.
Mike-
Veora?
Yes.
What was her name?
Feora?
Feora.
Ew.
Feora.
Oh
I wanna
God,
enter
no.
Feora's dreams.
Oh, don't.
Why don't we enter like one of the goblin streams? That was probably trained. They're probably trained.
Okay, well then in that case, I take it back. I don't want to interview Feora's dreams. I didn't say that.
Let's do what's her name?
Frog?
No. Isn't that Persephone or something?
Sephi?
Sephi.
I feel like that's maybe the wrong.
He would immediately find out and come yell at us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about Braun?
testing
But I
1 2.
want to see how her date went.
I don't necessarily want to pry and
We can do
dreams
that.
of people that we're supposed to be allies with. I feel
You
like this
can
is
we
a
can just
severe,
talk to them. This is
This is a severe invasion of privacy. It should be someone that we don't really care about their opinion of us.
exactly like
There's a lot of
Feora.
random frog people. Yeah, but if Feora finds out we went to dreams, he's already angry.
Yeah.
Let her try. I've
We
got,
have a big mech suit now.
we've got a big
No,
mix.
I
Maybe-
think we
Just
should
one
not
like
do
the
that.
Frogs in the village.
She won't
Yeah.
necessarily know.
She won't necessarily not know.
Sure, but you don't necessarily. She doesn't just know on that.
I know, but she's like this all powerful person. You would think that.
I think the Raven Queen's a
would
bit
think she's
stronger.
not all
I think
saying
we're also
that.
pretty strong too.
I think we should be smart with our first one because we also don't know how these mechanics
Then
work.
whose dream do you suggest we enter?
I don't know. I just
think we
say
just don't
not
have
the
dreams
most
yet.
powerful
I
I
person.
think
we know.
Donovan has to talk louder to be heard.
Sorry. I say we just hold off on the whole dream sequence.
We already started it.
Oh,
We have to use it.
we have to use it.
Yes.
Why not one of us? Hey,
Are you asleep?
I can make him asleep real quick.
we could check up on my boss. We got nothing better
Is
to
that
do.
It's not on the same plane.
Yeah, it has to be somebody on the same
Shoot.
plane.
Well, if we have to do someone here, I have no ideas.
Let's just do one of the elves or the goblins. That
Elves
would
don't sleep.
Do we want to
They
invade
can.
the privacy
If
of
they
somebody
want to.
on our ship?
Can they?
Yeah.
I always assumed they had to.
I think
do
Donovan
trans.
had
They can choose if they
suggested
want.
telling them about it, right? Were you the
What
one who
else?
said
Just
that?
one like the frogs and the
What was I saying?
village.
Were you
In the
were you
village,
saying
okay.
like you could tell them about it, like Groth or somebody? Didn't you just
Be
say
like,
that?
hey, we want to test this. Can you go to sleep?
We
We're gonna
could
invade
do
your
that,
group.
yeah.
I thought you said that.
I don't remember saying that, but it sounds like a
Somebody
good
said
idea,
it.
so
There
I'll
was a
take
lot.
credit for it.
That's the spirit.
Are there?
Why don't you fall asleep?
In a minute.
I will
I
sleep. I'll
don't
take
sleep.
one for the team.
Okay.
Alright,
Take a
then I
while,
guess I'll
guys.
choose Donovan when you
Any minute now.
Are you sleep yet?
No.
Rotting. What about
Close
now?
your eyes, shut your mouth,
Dream a dream
again.
with a sound. Dream, 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 dream.
Are you gonna
dream,
try and go to
dream.
sleep right
Yes.
now? Make a Constitution check.
Good at those. 16.
Okay. Trying to think when you guys last, how long it's been since you long rested.
It's been a hot minute.
The minute was quite hot.
We'll say that 16 is high enough for you to kind of work yourself into a sleep state.
Eventually, he stops responding to Goldman's questions.
Just laying there on the floor, or did you go back to your room?
He's just like in a meditating position, and then he just slumps over.
In the room?
Yes.
Right, so we should get stuff into his dreams.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
How do you do it?
I don't know. I think
You're
it
the
just
magic
happens.
person.
I think it just happens.
Okay.
So you see the as you shift target, you see the same plane of existence, kind of green, and then it kind of pulses with light. It does take a minute to cast this for it to work, but then all of you, what would Donovan end up dreaming about? What would be actually more? Tell me one of your ideals or your flaws for Donovan.
Well,
What did you have? Did you have one
yeah.
in your character sheet?
My computer's just dead, so I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
But I do remember he was loyal to his employers,
Okay.
and I guess now he's very contemplative and a seeker of knowledge. So I'd say one of his ideals would be just truth-seeking and
What was the most exciting or scariest part of the last day of doing things? A period of consciousness, would you say? We'll do some dream state stuff here. It'll be fun. Maybe we'll see.
probably the Warhammer fight.
Okay, so what was scary or exciting about that for Donovan?
Dying.
Dying? Oh, that's right. So
That
you
did
all
happen.
The what?
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
okay?
Yeah.
So you all almost like almost like in Wizard of Oz, how Glinda floats around in a globe. You all find yourselves like the walls transform into clear glass, and you are in basically a bubble floating through.
Almost like Cerebro from X-Men.
He's like the
little
helmet,
mind thing that-
Professor X puts on to
Yeah.
amplify the psychic powers. I guess that's
It
not really
becomes like-
Cerebro
No,
doing
it's
it.
more like
just
you're in-
Professor X
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but
Yeah.
that's closer to not quite no. It's,
Like Glinda.
yeah, like Glinda from Wizard of Oz.
Glinda. You
Like you're
like
floating in
Glinda.
a glass ball that is invisible.
I'm not talking about like
Yeah. So the five of you standing next to each other look through this translucent veil and or film or what?
Well, 5 because he's
His body's there.
He's in his.
He's in the room with you guys, so the room moves.
So his body is here, and we're in his dream.
Yeah.
yes.
What time is
I-
it?
It's
Since everything I have is dead, I do want to leave it exactly 8 so I can.
7:50.
3 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
So in the dream, we have there is a series of storms, kind of a green lightning happening on the outskirts. Donovan is actually multiplied into 3 Donovans in the forms of the Inquisitors, right? Is that what you had?
Yeah.
And they are standing back to back, fighting a multitude of shadows. And so as you all float in, he seems to be in the midst of some sort of nightmare-style battle.
Do they look like the demons that I blew you up with?
They look sort of like that, but twisted and distorted to something different.
Yeah. So you all can basically look on as these wave after wave of shadowy creatures kind of attack the three
Donovan's.
warriors standing back to back. What was one of their special weapons?
I don't know. They got the mind fire thing. Or witch
Okay, and
fire, I don't know.
so like psychic style.
Yeah.
And you watch as green
Yeah, it's green now.
psionic flame
Yeah.
shoots out in a pulse in all directions, neutralizing half of the shadows that then another wave seems to kind of push forward. In the distance, you can see the green lightning getting closer. Strike and kind of steadily working closer and closer, but you're kind of looking big picture. And you all are sitting there floating in this little Landa bubble, looking on.
Well, we know it works.
Does this help us find?
I guess the Donovan. You yell down to the 3 Donovans.
Do I see them?
Well, that doesn't. I don't think we want to do that to the.
So
But we don't want to. We don't want to be known.
Maybe we should figure something.
Isn't there an
I think
arcane
yours,
eye and
like out of
Arcane Eye,
disguise.
what is it? It's a
I
Well,
can-
isn't there an arcane
Still,
eye and
like,
dream
we don't
mode,
want-
or is it
we
all
don't-
the same
We don't want the
thing?
person to know that we're there in the first place.
Even disguise.
Even disguise.
Isn't like
yeah, but what if I like disguise as like the council member that got killed?
does
like-
Donovan
Hey, boss.
Still, they're gonna kick us out of the thing.
does
We don't
Donovan
wanna
usually
see
have
Yeah.
anything that would allow him to see
Yeah.
invisibility?
He has the spell see invisibility.
I don't know that he would know to cast it.
He would not.
Okay. So mechanics on this could vary, but for now we'll say that you don't have a reason as far as. So you're
Right, here's
and
still.
you're kind of in the middle, like your consciousness is or subconsciousness is focused on the battle. So from your perspective, there are so many shadows around, and then there's these green lightning flashes, kind of getting closer and closer.
Okay, do I hear still?
There are the sounds of battle. But you guys said you would say something.
I just yelled out his name.
Okay. Make a perception check. Make a perception check with disadvantage.
4.
Okay. Probably not.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to be drawn to your attention. You could try and move your arcane bubble closer to the center of where he is. You're probably about 30 feet away at this point.
Oh, freaking moving the bubble.
Kind
I'm
of
not
floating
bubble boy.
above.
We want to see if there's any way we can like use this. Anything in the bubble that would then give us the ability to use the
Okay.
dream to find him?
Like where his physical location is?
Yeah.
because that's what we need. That's what we
That's
need
the
this
whole.
for.
Yeah.
Make either an Arcana or a Perception check. Anybody can do either of those.
Better at Arcana, I think.
Better at Perception, I think.
18 Arcana.
I might not even know. 22.
You said we could use perception, correct?
Yeah.
Don't spike up.
22 Arcana, 18 Arcana. Anybody else?
22 perception.
Okay.
Because it's from out.
And you're trying to locate the creature's
You're
specific
distracted by the
location.
I'm distracted by the lightning. Giblet is having too much fun with the lightning
Okay.
and playing with Serena.
And it's green.
It's green.
It's green now.
I'm like, Serena, look.
Okay.
Like,
With perception, at the very outskirts, so the Arcana, you guys see that there's, you're thinking through the ways dream works, and you're like, I'm not sure if it would be a magical thing that would cause that, but you know that Arcana is supposed to do something, give you a sense of like what you're looking at. And so the 18 doesn't get you anything. With the 22, it's almost like you and Mike Ale notice at the same time for different reasons. Like you guys are trying to piece out like how magic works, and in your mind you're like, oh, Arcana Eye should give us a sense of direction, and usually we'd be able to take in visual information like an eye. At the same time that Mike Ale sees a faint like shadow shimmer on the edge of like a secondary image superimposed on the glass ball that you're in, and it's so faint you have to like really be looking for it or being like there's got to be something here that we would be able to see, and you can see almost the perception of the perception of Donovan's body and you all around it, from a corner of the room that his body is in. And so you can see like this very faint, like 5% transparency image on the Glenda ball that you're in.
Oh.
And with that, it's 8 o'clock. So if you gotta go, you gotta go. I got it. Is there anything your guys would be doing as this thing happens, or that you would say or do?
Just fighting and frantically looking for some sort of exit.
Okay. As the dream goes on, all the lightning coalesces to the center, turning into a lightning, like a constant lightning shooting form of your green dragon patron, and as the shadows and as a burst of energy from it disappears into the shadows, much like happened with the 40K. Yep.
Bye.
See you, Garen.
See you.
He's gonna be sleeping for a bit, so we can do just a few minutes while his character sleeps, if you'd like.
Meadow wants to do something.
Well, when we're out of the thing.
Are we out of it or no?
You guys didn't say you were out of it,
No, I assume we point out the.
but that's kind of just share the dream.
Yeah, I assume we pointed out the overlay. Okay.
Okay.
Well, great. So it seems like an overlay.
Yeah.
And
Off button.
Off button.
yeah, like this is,
Oh, like it's like, how do I stop
Yeah,
it? Okay, like and scene.
yeah, like how do I?
Go gadget done. No, so yeah, then so if you guys decide to like end it, then you will watch as everything fades back to what the room was before, and so you're standing in the room again with the globe sticking from the wall there. Yeah.
Hold on, stop.
Yeah. Meadow, do you want to do anything?
So
Giblet wants to put power into Serena.
okay, in this room right now.
No, I'm trying to wait for the good moment, but
All right,
Giblet's
well, you
been
guys-
like itching the whole time.
So you guys are done. The dream spell has ended. What are you?
It's time for a
Donovan's still laying there sleeping in kind of half meditated position, like sleeping. What would your
He
characters
probably
do here?
Yeah.
All the goblins. I think we'll take him to his room.
Take out a Sharpie, start drawing a mustache on
Okay.
Donovan.
So you get some of the goblin boys to go take him to his room, and that so he's still sleeping. You're gonna pump energy into Serena. Did you guys make a decision on what you want to do next?
I guess teleport.
I think we should go to the ridiculous spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teleport.
Okay.
Teleport over there.
And so you're gonna try and do the plane shift, or did someone have teleport, or
Didn't the wizard?
Yeah, the wizard can
We could
teleport.
Yeah.
or did you want to go and ask the wizard to teleport
I
the
guess that
ship?
depends. Well, let me see. I mean, when I was leaving my pot, whatever it is, I did happen to notice something that seems like it might be some, yes, ability that the ship has. But we could also maybe not waste our resources
Yeah.
and use the wizard if possible. But I also know that I don't know if he wants to go on. Just strip.
You're so tough, right? It's not.
I don't have resources to taste.
It doesn't matter if I make it on its own
It
thing.
did take time. All the same, I think either is fine.
Yeah.
We do, it seems, have the ability to do so independently if we'd like.
I don't.
Preferably just sleep on it.
So in that case, we want to do nothing.
Yes.
Alright.
Someone
Okay,
wants to take a long
you
rest.
park your ship for a wee bit. Tell everybody. The crew seems a little disoriented, but yeah. But aside from that, they will continue about their normal business of trying to make sure.
Actually, yeah, I do want to find out, what did it feel like for them?
Yeah.
What kind of agency did they have while they were...
In the mech.
Yeah.
Okay, and who are you going to interview first?
Bob?
Yeah, I think that Brock is
Okay.
But the layman is.
He's not really layman. I mean,
He's
he's
a
Second mate.
first mate.
First mate.
It's close enough.
and like a engineer, isn't he?
Is he an engineer? I thought he was just like the
He's
helmsman.
navigated,
Oh, he's the...
Yeah.
but that's different than engineering on
Yeah,
the ship because
so
that
he's
was a
the-
will-based.
Gotcha. Okay, so he's a navigator then. Not really a layman.
To Goldman, he is.
A layman would probably be like one of the like goblins or that.
They're all laymen to Goldman. All of you are laymen.
So, who are you interviewing?
See, I think we should interview Groff because he's not a layman.
All right. We'll end here with you all trudging off to go find Groth and interview him about what happened.
Yeah, and look kind of like
Okay.
what his experience was being in the orb.
And then, can you give me a hint at what you think you might be doing next?
Heading to the Radiant Citadel and investigating the dead council guy.
And are you going to try and use the ship's plane shift, or are you going to try and go talk with Taro or Terrarium Man?
Either is fine with me.
Yeah,
Let's.
I don't think it
I
matters.
think we should test out the
matters
ship's
to
plane
me.
shift.
Actually, yeah, we should probably test it out to see if it does work.
Okay,
Yeah.
And we'll test out our plane shift.
It's good we
Okay.
know what we're capable of, so we know for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we have some crew interviews to get the user experience of the ship.
Yeah, I realized it once. I was like, wait, they were in. What did it feel like for them?
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. All right. Funsies.
I'm ready for some
Make it up.
kaiju and Jaeger fights coming up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I assume we're gonna have like rival. I assume there's gonna be a rival mech at some point for us to fight. There's no way.
There was one
There's no-
already.
Yeah, we already saw
You had the
Yeah, we already saw.
Gravitron Titan.
Yeah.
The Gravitron Titan.
Oh. that was-
Oh yeah, we went up against
No,
them.
but I mean sparring buddy.
Yeah, but I mean,
More out
I
there.
assume there's eventually gonna be an enemy.
Yeah. Theoretically, having this form or the ability to adjust form of a ship would be beneficial. But who can say what your
trick it.
imagination will bring?